So welcome to the second meeting of the month. As you know, we do meetings on the second and fourth Tuesday of every month, and we have great content for all of you. But we want to start off, we got a special guest on here, and I want to start off with Scott from LeRoy Marketing. And Scott, why don't you just take it over and tell everybody all the great things we've been working on together?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So I always love to say my name is Scott LeRoy. I run what I call the lamest name company of all time, Scott LeRoy Marketing. And we're really here to kind of help you with all of your catered technology to make your life that much easier. And you'll be seeing a lot of fun additional marketing items that are going to be popping up as well too. But let me show you all some items that are accessible just to make sure that you're fully aware of everything on here. So first and foremost, this is the scottleroymarketing.com website. And the main place to focus on here is always by logging in. So I'm currently logged in right now, but logging in with your market center number of 431. And then from there, all of these agent resources are going to populate for you. So this is anything and everything that's now accessible for y'all to take advantage of. And you may recall filling out that questionnaire when you first started off as an agent to get everything up and running on your KDB Tech. But I always love highlighting our tech refresh. This is a great opportunity to basically come in and say, if you're brand new, starting again today, what would that look like? So if you've been with KW for a year, 2 years, 3 years, well, so much has consistently changed over time that it's always nice just to have like an audit of all of your different technology to make sure everything's good to go. Right. Now, outside of that, we do have live training classes every Monday through Friday, right at 1 p.m. Eastern time. And I saw them all inside the training calendar for y'all. So that's exciting to see everything on there. And if you ever want to come to our live training class, like the one we're having in about 2 hours today, you can always click on this live webinar link. Or if you want to see what classes are happening this week, this month, we even have our July calendar ready to go. That's all accessible under our training calendar section. And if you can't make it to the live classes, we do record anything and everything on here. So one big thing that I definitely want to make sure y'all are aware of, with the big update of Lone Wolf happening in less than a month now, we are doing a bunch of Lone Wolf Transact courses. So today at 2 o'clock Eastern time, I'm teaching a class on how you can save all of your DocuSign documents to get prepped for that 7/14 deadline. And then this Friday, we're teaching a Lone Wolf Transact 101 class as well, too. So if you want to come back on here and view any of our prior courses that have occurred, please feel free. These are all accessible, whether it's our Getting Prepped for Lone Wolf class, our Lone Wolf Transact 101 class, or even just some quick little small snippets that you might want to take advantage of as well, too. All right. And we are going to be having even more courses on Lone Wolf coming up very, very soon. So be on the lookout. That's going to be updated very soon under our training calendar. So when you come onto this training calendar page, you'll see our Google Calendar, and that's going to have all those updated courses on here. So if you notice today, not only do we have a class on Canva 201, but we have our Getting Prepped for Lone Wolf class. This Friday, we not only have a class on command automation and lead conversion, but then we also have our Lone Wolf Transact course as well, too. All right, so a lot of great things to help you out on there. And there's going to be even more classes. I think in total, there are going to be 7 more classes in the first 2 weeks of July, just around Lone Wolf and how to secure everything possible. All right.
Awesome.
Now, we also have all of our agent support for y'all as well, too. So if you're going through and saying, I need help with X, whatever it might be, you can reach out to us at any time and we can help with those specific items on all of your KV technology. So on here, we also have certain items that you can just request us to do everything for you, whether it's just submitting a support ticket, whether it's some of our top rated items, whether you need marketing support on here, whether there's items around just getting started with the KDB technology. All right, we have items around rebranding on all the KDB technology as well, and then also entire website support. So all these red buttons, once you get a chance to take a look at everything, are just clickable items. So once you select this, it's going to give you a short form that you can fill out so we can get everything up and running immediately for you to help with this. But once again, don't feel obligated to fill this out. You can always just contact us from our information at the bottom of every page, and we can help with that right away to get everything going. So think of us as an extra tech staff member to make your life that much easier. And then, of course, the final thing I definitely want to highlight for y'all is all the marketing support on here as well, too. So not only do we have our marketing support, we're coming out with some new assistants on here to help y'all out, too. But the marketing support section, we have an amazing option where we can create listing marketing pieces for you. We have a plethora of prompts that are available on Gemini Pro or ChatGPT, or obviously if you're using Claude, you can use them as well, too. Every month, we come out with a newsletter that we can send out on your behalf to your database that we can also put as a blog. And then we even have social content and extra templates that are available for you. So just a heads up on this newsletter, this is something that'll work with your monthly neighborhood nurture, for instance, where we can go through and say, hey, if you're sending out a monthly neighborhood nurture that's local focused, we'll send out one on here that's more generalized, but something to kind of keep you top of mind as the real estate agent of choice to help out. So this way we can either send it to specific tags, all contacts, or if you want to send it on your own to make some adjustments, you're definitely more than welcome to. But to give you just a quick sneak peek of what the June one looks like, it'll just have a couple sections on here already created. Like this time we have one around summer market momentum. We have one around preparing for a successful summer move. We have one on here around June home maintenance and value tips. All right, we've got one on local events around the area. And then, of course, that call to action at the bottom to get them to reach back out to you right away. So if you want something that's already done for you, this will help out tremendously. And then we also have June social content. We're about to have our July content posted as well, too. So not only have we given you all the copy that you can use on here with the call to action, with the hashtags, but we also have all the designs ready to go for you, too. So you literally just have to download this, copy, paste, and then schedule it out to come out on those days, or pick and choose what you want to send out on what specific date on here. So there's only a handful. Like we probably don't want to do National Donut Day on another day, although I have a strong feeling no one probably knows when that day is. But certain things on here, like we did have one, for Flag Day, we had one for Juneteenth, we had one for Father's Day as well too, or Happy First Day of Summer. So there are specific ones that are date oriented that I would highly suggest, but those other ones you can move around as well. All right, and then of course we have templates on here. I know KW just came out with even more templates for y'all to use, but if you want to take a look at any of these, you're definitely more than welcome to. All these are available for you to use, just completely free. Maybe if you've been using the same templates over and over and you're saying, hey, I want to try something different or change it up a little bit, these are accessible. But my favorite thing on here is that under marketing support is that agent concierge section. So if you have a listing or you're helping someone that has a listing, please feel free to reach out. We can make these pieces for you and get this all taken care of. Right? So whether it's maybe you have a listing that's coming out and you want an open house piece, maybe you want to have a new piece on there that's listed, we can help with all of that right away. Right? And this will all be accessible to make your life that much easier. So once again, please feel free to contact us at any time. Let us know how we can help out. And hopefully this will get y'all inspired to start utilizing all the support that we have accessible on here.
Awesome. Scott, that is an awesome update. And we are so excited here at KW Professionals to team with such a great company like Scott LeRoy Marketing. And Scott and his team, they're excellent to work with. And to have somebody who's doing the tech for us, right? I mean, this is our in-house tech trainer. This is our marketing piece. This is everything that you need help with to simplify your life. They've taken it on and they're there to partner with us, and they're part of our team. And let me tell you, everything that the rollout and the things that we've been doing with the new Facebook and everything like that has gone absolutely perfectly. And we credit that back to Scott and his team. So we are so happy to be partnering with you, Scott. So always, I like to start with either prayer or being positive. What are you doing to help positiveness in the world today? So take some time to compliment somebody, show some gratitude, be extra special nice to your co-op agent, and let them know that you are a true professional and you want to get this stuff done and you want to work together. That's half the battle, right? Half the battle of getting your offer accepted, if you're on the buyer side, is showing that listing agent that you're a nice person and you want to work together in order for that to happen. If you come in like a bulldog, probably not going to happen for you. So take time to be in gratitude, take time to do something positive, take time to do some reflection. And I don't know about you guys, but I always feel better after I do something like this. So And I'm always looking for some way to give gratitude to somebody during the day. What's our mission, right? I'd like to bring up stuff because why are we here? We're here for our culture. This is what we're all about. We're all about people and our lives and doing great things. And it's not always just about business, but we're here to have a career basically worth having, a business worth basically worth owning, lives worth experiences and so forth. This is our mission. This is why we're here. This is our culture. And we want you to experience that. And that's very important for us here as we go through and we're enhancing all of our services for everybody. We want to be in culture. We want you guys to be excited about being here. We want you to share with us. And, that's it. Let's make sure that we're all on the same page. So it's great. We have some new people that are on the team already. So welcome to the team. Here's our new people. And look for some new faces. If you see a new face in the office, introduce yourself, right? No one's going to bite you. We're all friends here. We're all on the same team. We might be competitors in real estate, but we're all on the same team here in the office. So make sure you take some time. If you see somebody new, to introduce yourself, ask them about themselves, ask them about what market they're in, how long they've been in real estate, and let's continue to make friendships and relationships and strengthen what we have here in the Market Center. So I know we set a goal this month for bringing on 10 new associates. We are almost there. We're very excited about that. So, one of the great things we want to do is to build our team here. So we have some great milestones right here. Having your first sale, right? So we've got some agents that secured their first listing in May. And so Davian, Laura, Linda, and Melissa all got their first listing in May. That is so exciting. And hopefully you didn't overprice it, so it's going to get sold. So if it's not selling and it's been on the market, come talk to me. I'll give you some tips and we'll get that sold as soon as possible. We got a couple agents celebrating their first closing in May, which is even better because you got a check. Nothing better than money, right? Friendships and relationships are all great, and money just makes it all a little sweeter right there. So Linda and Rachel, congratulations. We are so proud of you and all of our new people and everybody going on this journey of real estate. This isn't an easy job. Those of us who've been around know that this is not an easy job. So that's why we're all here. We want to talk about your challenges. We want to talk about the obstacles. We want to help you smooth those bumps in the road so that you have a great career in real estate. So congratulations to everybody and a job well done. We're going to get into the most important part of the meeting, which is our market update. And we're going to start off with our wonderful mortgage partner.
Brent asked me to talk about rates. I was not going to talk about rates, but I know it's the real estate, it's a $1 million question. So, just look on the news, which I don't like to do, but I ran inflation. Rates are just a yo-yo. They are actually in a favorable spot right now over the last month. They've been high, they've been low, but any day you hear Iran rejecting the peace deal, they're up. Any day inflation, some days they go down. So, I saw a meme yesterday online. It just had, who wants 2.5% rates? And there was a line of people out. Nobody wants that, right? That's a mistake. But if we can get a little bit of rates, it helps us, helps you, helps everybody, helps payments. Last month it was a VA. It was a new construction, only about a year old. They waived the inspection. Brand new. They don't need it, right? It was their choice to waive it. I got about 3 weeks in, we're supposed to close, and I asked for their water inspection. VA requires that water test, right? Or that's water inspection. We waived the inspection. No, you didn't. You can't waive a water test. That's required by VA to make sure that there's health. You're not going to have E. coli in your water. So VA, if it's a well and septic, does require a water test. They waived it. It only takes 48 hours, depending where you're located. This was up north, and it took about 4 days. They're not expensive, but even if you're waiving inspections on properties and that, you can't waive the water test. So that is required VA. Another small one we've seen in this industry, just so you can help to educate you, is these, and I have it right on my bank account, to pay later, right? Do you want to pay your the blower I bought at Home Depot in 8 payments as opposed to $180 a day. We're having to now that's an installment loan. So if it's something bigger like a furnace, that could negatively impact your loan. Not that you guys can consult on that and tell it, but if you're walking through the loan and your buyer calls you and starts yelling at you about your lender, these affirms. And again, my bank account, I can click on pay later if it's something's $400. But again, now to us, that turns into an installment loan. So if it's over 2 years, and again, it's I don't know, they're offering it on everything. But you have to go into that website. One of the big companies that offers that, it's called Affirm. I don't know if you've seen it at all or if anybody's using it, but you got to go in there, download your terms, and send it to your lender, and we have to upload it to the underwriter. So, 10 months is the installment loan where we can exclude it, and it exceeds 10 months, we do have to add it back in debt ratio. Hopefully, that doesn't kill a deal. I always champion our gift program. I don't know who's new, who hasn't heard it. The income just went up to $106,000 on that. So one individual on the loan can make up to $106,000, $7,500, which is 3%. It's really a 3% gift. So up to $7,500. It's free money. It's a gift. I did 3 last month. It's awesome. I want everybody to know about it. It does have to be conventional first-time home buyer, and it doesn't have to be paid back. Our pro loan, which is, I won't go through them all because I won't remember them, but the one I really like to focus on, because there's so many, is the RN, the registered nurse. So we'll do 0% down above 720 for it's nurse, MDs, pilots, CPAs, veterinarians. There's a whole list, but it's our pro loan. So again, it's just an awesome way. I did one last month. Again, not bragging or anything. It was just wild. $423 purchase price. You got this young nurse, she's in her mid-20s, got 3% concessions, $12,000. She brought zero money to the closing table, zero. I think that's it. We are here. Stop by, ask questions. That's what we're here for.
That is wild. I used that pro loan a couple of years ago for a client with Chris Terry, a doctor. It was amazing what they can do on that loan to get people in. So, some of you may not know, I want to introduce a new face today. And if we talk about America's Preferred Home Warranty, we always think of Jeff Becker and the Friendship Bread. Jeff is retired, those that don't know. And we're very lucky. I got to talk to Jeff before he retired, and I got to talk with Jenny also, who's our new rep. So we're very fortunate. So I want to introduce everybody to Jenny. We're going to do a lunch and learn around her and the product. Probably next month or the month after. So we're looking at the calendar. But I wanted to bring Jenny up for a few minutes so that she can just introduce herself and just kind of let everybody know what that we partner with America's Preferred Home Warranty, and they're out there. Jenny Salter, everybody.
He said he made 30,000 of those over his.
Oh my God.
Career. Yeah. I'm Jenny Salter. I'm your sales rep. I stay in focus. I'm your sales rep. So my card's over here. I'm just going to give you a brief rundown. Like Brent said, we're going to do a lunch and learn around you guys asking questions. We've done a lot of things with America's Preferred to take a lot of things off your guys' plate, so you guys don't have to feel like you're well versed in our warranty. Just feel comfortable that you're offering it. We'll get into that. You can just schedule a call for your clients now, and we can take care of everything for you. The other thing not to forget is we have List Secure for your listing clients. That gives them 2 years post-sale legal coverage, and then coverage the whole time of listing as long as you guys put the warranty on the listing. And then we have Client Secure, which is for you guys. As long as you offer the warranty, it gives you guys 75% up to $5,000, like $3,750 or up to $5,000 of your E&O deductible taken care of. And I'm going to hit a little bit on that. I just talked to a broker yesterday who's had 6 E&O claims since 2026 started. And the reason being, our lawyer, we actually had a meeting, and our lawyer with our company said he's seen a lot more come across our desk because there's a lot of new agents since 2020, and big time lawyers are taking advantage of that, of people that aren't doing things correctly. So just to offer the warranty gets you guys a little bit of reimbursement coverage for your E&O deductible. Okay, so just know that offering it is very important. And then we also have our concierge service, which also something that takes off your guys' plate is our concierge department, this is actually where I came from. I've been with the company before I became a sales rep, but we have 4 touch points throughout the year for you guys with your clients. First, we give them a welcome call. We go over the warranty, the claims process, and how that works for them. And then they have a go-to person. So the concierge person gives them their number. And so they have someone to call, not you guys, right? Because they think my agent sold me the warranty. They must know about it. But then with that welcome call, they realize they have somebody to go to. But also, as we call them 4 times throughout the year, but it also does a couple things. One, I've made calls where they've had work done and they're like, I forgot I had a home warranty. Oh, shoot. And I can say to them, send your invoices in. Let's see what we can reimburse you. And then also we say, you know, we're working directly with KW Professionals. We're working directly with Brent. You know, do you know anybody buying or selling? We'd love to get referrals back to them. Okay. Because, you know, that 6 to 9 month call is kind of like, you know, out of sight, out of mind thing, but we're bringing it back and touching for you guys. So that way, and we have gotten referrals back to agents. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. Again, like Brent said, we'll do a lunch and learn around everything, but I'm going to I'm your person. So like if you have a client that has a claim and it didn't go the way they wanted it to, please bring that to me. The claims department, we want to cover claims. Our huge amount of money is made in renewals, and 85% of people that have good claims with us renew with us and stay with us for up to 8 years. So we want claims to happen, but they have kind of have a black and white line that they have to stick in. So something like that, bring to me and I'll shoot it up the ladder and see what we can do for you guys. We want to make you guys look good in front of your clients.
Great programs. And I understand, even if your seller isn't offering a home warranty, which I think they should, the buyer can still purchase one. So on their own. Let's talk a little bit about what's going out there in the market, because everybody's always asking questions. Hey, what's going out there in the market? And as realtors, we should know our market data. If you're having great conversations with people about the market, then it's great. But let's just talk about U.S. home sales increase for the 3rd straight month. So here we are nationally. I want to kind of start national and then bring us down into the counties. Rose again, but this past month, May, rose 1.4%. So not a huge increase, right, in the number of sales, but it increased, right? Because we keep hearing things depending upon where you are. Now, where did that biggest increase come from? So it says on a year-over-year basis, pending sales were up 3.2%, with the biggest increase here in the Midwest. So we are in the biggest real estate market right here in the Midwest, and then followed by Southern Florida, and then obviously the West Coast. You get out there into California and Phoenix, all out that way. And we're seeing some surge out in the Texas area also. And there's some really, really interesting things here. So that you're going to get blown away with today. Because when I started going through the stats, I'm like, oh my God, there's some specific trends out here that we need to know about. And it can result in sales and it can result in money for all of us. So again, the price range with the largest pending sales gain was anything over $350,000. So just kind of letting you know that was the big thing there. All right. Overall median sales price rose by 4.4%. So here in the state of Michigan, so the median sales price, now this takes across all the state of Michigan, including the UP. So we're at $287,000 for the median home sales. So, all right. Market-wide inventory levels were up by 6.3%. So we are seeing inventory increase. We had a slow start this year, right? We had a very slow start. We were all talking about that. May is obviously, we saw a big increase here, market-wide up 6.3%. We're seeing June, we're seeing the listings increase again. So it's going to be interesting once we get those final numbers. But the biggest segment, this is going to blow your mind, where the numbers of properties for sale went up by almost 16%, is condominiums. Condominiums, you're going to see when we go through this, condos are out of control. Why is that? The old people are finally dying off. All right. They've been hanging on and dangling and they just can't take it anymore. And they're going to the next level, right? They're going on. So I'm joking around. Everybody knows that. But I think it's an important thing to understand, right? So you have those individuals that were trying to stay in those condos. And I've seen it in my own condo complex where people were trying to stay there, love their 2.5% mortgages or no mortgages. And now just in my complex, I have 3 people around me that are going into assisted living, or their spouse has died and they want to go into independent living. They don't want to live by themselves anymore. So this trend is national, and it's pretty, you'll see when we get into the county slides, condo market. So if you haven't thought about it before, think about it, because the baby boomers are in retirement, right? The youngest baby boomer right now, because they're 1946 to 1964, the youngest baby boomer is going to be 62 this year. And then from there, it goes on up. They're the ones who want to go into the condos. They're the ones who want to make those transitions out of the big homes, doing the downsizing and everything else. We need to be aware, and this is the first signal that we've gotten that this market has really opened up the way it is. These are crazy numbers. We're up to 2.7 months of inventory for single family residences. This is across the state, and 3.5 months of inventory for condominiums. So new listings, just new listings in Wayne County. Now, I want you to understand the Wayne County data that I pull does not include the city of Detroit. When we throw in the city of Detroit data, it skews everything because those prices are all over the place. You can buy something in the hood for $35,000 and you can go out into Palmer Park and everything else and be at 2.3 million, right? So the city of Detroit numbers are really, really crazy, and they skew all the data. So we remove the city of Detroit when we look at Wayne County. So understand that we're talking about here. Just in the month of May, almost 1,300 new listings. 1,300 new listings. That's pretty significant. What is that up? That's up 2.5% year over year. So a few more listings than we had last year during the month of May. Over 1,000 pending. That's up 2.3%. Okay, so pending sales are up. And then closed sales, we had almost 900 closed sales, 859, whatever it is. Believe it or not, that's down a little bit on closed sales. That's because the inventory obviously is not there like we need it to be, right? So, but we are seeing this late spring fling, as we would call it in real estate, where all of a sudden we're seeing the properties come on the market. I know this week alone, I'm having 4 new listings. I mean, it's like bam, 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 bam. People I've been talking to, and all of a sudden they're like, Brent, come list me, come list me, come list me. So the market is obviously increasing out there. So medium home price in Wayne County up to $242. That's a 2.5% increase. Average home sale, $300,000. That's a 4.5% increase. There's no bubble, kids. There's no bubble out there. Home prices are going up. They're going to continue to go up. There's no bubble like the Great Recession. Forbearance is like down to nothing, less than 1%. Foreclosures are less than 0.5%, pretty much statewide. So we're not seeing any of those indicators. Short sales, non-existent. So, but prices are going up. So this is a market. People understand this is the market we're stuck with. If they're waiting, if you have clients that are waiting, they will only pay more for a house by waiting. They're not going to save any money. So, and that's interesting. So when we look at condos in Wayne County, I mean, look at this, a 22% increase year to date in condo activity in Wayne County. So that is an incredible number there. So obviously closed condos are up almost 5%. Now, days on market for single family residents in Wayne County is right around 35 days. For condos, they're saying 44. Those numbers are skewed a little bit. And here's why they're skewed, and you have to understand. There's agents that do not mark their properties pending. And this is what's skewing those numbers. Or they're waiting, they take a sale, but they wait till all the inspection stuff is done. They're waiting on there, and then they finally mark it pending once they've got their mortgaging in place and the inspections are done. And that increases really the days on market. So you're really seeing that this stuff is selling pretty much within under a week. Let's look now into Oakland County. Again, 2.9% year-to-date increase in new listings. So basically in May in Oakland County, just over 2,000 new listings. So obviously we're seeing that activity there. 1,300 pending sales, almost 1,200 closed sales. Now the closed sales are just down a little bit, 1%. That's really insignificant. All this data is available on our MLSs. So whether you're Real Comp or Flex, days on market Interesting, in Oakland County, days on market for single family residents up almost 10%. And again, we're seeing this trend where people do not want to mark their properties pending. Again, condominiums in Oakland County, 489 new listings in May for condos. That is an incredible 17.5% increase. So if you're looking for something to farm right now, I would be farming some condominium complexes, because this is the first time we've seen this in a very, very long time. These numbers jump the way they are. And I think we've been waiting for the so-called silver tsunami out there, and it's been basically packed away since COVID. And I think it's breaking loose now. Days on market for condos is at 45, and that's up about 12% from where we were this time last year. So lots and lots of activity out there. It's great to see the market cooking along. These are the things you need to be talking about your clients with, right? If you're not the neighborhood expert, not only knowing your neighborhood stats, your county stats, you need to know what's happening in the world out there. You need to be that trusted advisor. Gary Keller tells us all the time, be the local expert. Make sure you're building that relationship with your clients. Let's look at Livingston County. No difference here, right? New listings, 322 new listings in Livingston County during the month of May. Year to year, that's almost a 6% increase. So we are seeing a few more listings there. Pending home sales is almost a 1% increase year over year. Closed sales was down because of the inventory, right? Closed sales are down. That way you might see a change in that a little bit, but almost 7% down in closed sales in Livingston County. 2 months of inventory in Livingston County, and on average about 39 days on market. Let's look at condos in Livingston County. Again, incredible. 15% increase. So when you see this county to county to county, this is a trend that's out there that's happening statewide. And that means there's opportunity out there for you guys. So again, 15% increase in new listings. So 73 new condominiums were listed, 55 went pending, 50 sold during the month of May. And that was a 12% increase in condominium activity out in Livingston County, and pretty much what we see all around there. So average days on market for the month of May was 40 days for a condo. Again, I think it's much less than that. Average sale price of a condo in Livingston County right now is at $375,000. If you have them on neighborhood nurtures in command, which I hope you are, they're going to receive this data automatically for their county. So make sure you have your people loaded up into command and you have them on neighborhood nurtures. All right, one of the things I like to talk about, a little bit of productivity and professionalism. So it was great. I've been doing a lot with AI. I've been spending a lot of time in seminars, and they're saying that there's 3 great times to post your social media content. Doesn't matter what platform you're on, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, but they're saying if you want the maximum eyes on your postings, you should be looking at the times when people, probably when you think about it, when do you get on to social media? And a lot of people do it first thing in the morning. Maybe they're having their coffee or their breakfast and they check in. So they're saying between 7 and 9. Obviously at lunchtime, 11 to 1, people are sitting at their computers at their office, or maybe out somewhere having lunch by themselves and they're flipping through social media. And again, in the early evening, the 6:30 to 8:30 is a great time. So any one of these time frames. So as you're doing your social media posts, and if you're not doing social media, please, you got to start picking something, right? Get on Facebook, get on LinkedIn. I know the young people are mostly on TikTok. Do what you want to do, but you got to increase your eyes on you. And one of the ways you can do that is through social media. And I would encourage you to schedule it. You have the ability to create a post and then schedule what time you want it released, and pick one of these peak times. And I would say, see where you get the biggest bang for your buck. Like try your morning ones, try an afternoon for a week, try an evening for a week. See how many likes you get, see how many people who might share it with it. And then, kind of do a little analysis and say you get the best, number of hits or likes in the evening. Then continue to do your postings then. Find out what the group is that's following you and the times that they're using, and maximize your social media. One of the great things with Scott LeRoy Marketing is that they will do your postings for you. right? They've already got them made up. You can go and grab a template. You can grab the newsletter. You can put it in your blog. You can use all the different things. Listen, something is better than nothing. If you are doing no social media posts whatsoever, you need to do something out there. Start small, learn one platform, challenge yourself to get uncomfortable and start to do some of these things. Now, on the professionalism side, big trick. You ever have a client get mad at you because you forgot to do something? Yeah, it's happened to me, right? So I just like to bring this up, and it's been out there for years, but basically under promise and then over deliver, right? Under promise and over deliver. This is going to impress your clients. This is kind of a little trick that we need to start to develop in our daily lives. So if I get a call from a client today who's asking me for some information, what I'm going to say is, hey, I got a pretty full day today, but I should be able to get it to you by tomorrow night. Would that be okay? 9 times out of 10, what is your client going to say to you? Oh, sure, Brent, that's great. Whatever, send it over tomorrow. And then what am I going to try to do? Get it out today. Or maybe tomorrow morning instead I promise to send it tomorrow night, right? So I'm going to promise to do it. It's important that you keep track of all your promises. And then I'm going to make sure that I beat the deadline that I gave somebody. This immediately makes you the greatest person in the world, right? Think about how many times you've talked to somebody, maybe in a store or on the telephone or whatever, and they're like, oh, I'll get that information for you. I'll send it over. And you never hear from them. What is that? How does that make you feel? Not good, right? So one of the greatest things you can do is basically follow through, give yourself some built-in time frames. And listen, we're in real estate. Crazy stuff comes up all the time, right? Or you never know when you're going to get that call and your dog is sick or your kid is sick or whatever. You got to go pick up your grandson from school today because he threw up, and I know they're on vacation. But you understand, stuff comes up in daily life and all of a sudden throws us off track, and you promise to get something to somebody in the next 2 hours, and then you didn't follow through on it. And then unfortunately, your client looks at you as somebody who doesn't keep their word. So this simple little trick of basically under promise, over deliver, build yourself in some cushion time will make you look like a hero each and every time. And I think you'll feel good knowing that you set a credible expectation and that your client then will respond like, oh my God, Brent, you said you're going to get it to me tomorrow night. I just got the stuff. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right? It's just so different than if you have to call them up and say, oh, I'm sorry. I know I promised to you this morning, but I probably won't get it to you until tomorrow or whatever. Now you've let them down. So, all right, let's talk about some of the things that are coming up as we start to wrap up our meeting here. And tomorrow, Lunch and Learn with Titleosity. So Title 101, anybody, new people, I encourage you to get to this here in Plymouth at noon. And anybody who needs a refresher on title and its importance and what it does, bring it on. Lunch and Learn, and that is a great thing. Hey, look at this guy. We got this sharp-dressed man here who's ready to teach you some buyer forms on Monday. That's coming up this coming Monday at 1 p.m. right here in Plymouth. And I think we'll also, are we doing it on Zoom also? I think we're going to have it on Zoom also. The key to winning business is not fancy sales talk. It's how confident you make your client feel in your ability to deliver and when they ask you questions and your knowledge of our forms and the process. If you don't know your forms and you don't know the process and they're asking you questions and you're like, and you can't answer, that's not going to instill a lot of confidence. So coming to this class, whether you're brand new people, you need to be in it. If you just need a refresher, you always learn something. You get to go through all these forms step by step, how to use them. We are required to have a buyer's contract in place in order to go and show homes. So this is very, very important class for everybody to get to and understand how these buyer forms work. And we're very lucky that Mike is going to share all his years of wisdom and knowledge and everything else with all of us. He is a great presenter and his knowledge is incredible. You will enjoy this class. So that's Monday at 1 o'clock. Tuesday on the 30th, attention all new agents or those who are just brushing off the license from several years ago. I'm going to do a new agent orientation, which is basically telling you all the key things that you need to have in place in order to be successful in real estate, right? So we're going to start that off. We're going to have a little presentation talking about the core skills, responsibilities, follow-up, prospecting, all of that is going to be in the new agent orientation. Plus, we're going to give plenty of time for Q&A. So we don't care. It's open forum, and I want you to ask a bunch of questions. And so whether you feel like you're a little rusty and you need a little refresher, then please come on. And we're going to have it on Zoom also so that we can get as many people as possible to this. We're going to be live here in Plymouth Tuesday at 1 o'clock. Just want to make sure everybody understands. If you are looking for a breakthrough, if you're looking to do some more business, scan this QR code, right? Every Monday, live on Zoom is our Breakthrough 120. This is corporate wide. And so this is people from all over the United States that are getting together and talking about where the opportunities are. So this is just a wonderful, wonderful way to start your Monday, to get motivated, to get productive. Breakthrough 120. Get on there. It's not a waste of time, I guarantee you. Again, every day we're prospecting. And 9 to 11, we're here. We're here to help you. If you got questions, anything like that. The more of us that are together doing this at the same time, the more energy, the more synergy, and we're able to talk about those obstacles and maybe, you know, when somebody stumps you and just say, hey, I got to talk to you about something. How would you handle this? How would you handle that? This is how we get better in our prospecting. As you heard from Scott himself, from Scott LeRoy Marketing, every day at 1 o'clock, we are having some sort of tech training in command. He is our tech trainer. And every day, there is no other company that can do this. There's no tech trainer that can do a class every single day the way Scott and his team does it. And they're going to dive into command, how to use command efficiently, how to do the social media posts, how to do campaigns, how to do direct mail. There's always something new going on here, not to mention all the marketing and everything else. All right. Everybody knows that DocuSign is going away, right? It's gone. It's pretty much, you shouldn't even be using it anymore. And we're going to be transferring into Lone Wolf for our documents and our platform and how it interacts in command. So for new people, this is great. You're at a great time where we're taking off one product, bringing in another. You can learn this, and that's the way it's going to go. I'm challenging myself too to learn this new system because I've always used the older system, and now, you know, the old dog's got to learn a new trick. And so all these classes, I'll to get ready for them and done online. And if you miss them, you can also watch the tutorial at your own time. So there's no reason not to get educated on your own time and learn the new system through Lone Wolf. And any of your transactions in there, listen, they're just going to come in there and it's just going to be like taking an eraser and it's all gone. So if you come on the 15th and you say, hey, I wanted to get some documents, they're gone. Some exciting things are happening out in Facebook land. So our own personal KW Professionals has been updated. It's got a new look. We took off the restriction that everything needs to be approved by somebody. So you can post automatically. You want to post your open house? Bam, post your open house, right? You want to post your new listing? It's going to go up immediately. It's no longer going to have to be approved by an admin. The only thing that you cannot post is any type of legal information, okay? So if you want to inform all of us about some new legal tip or something like that, you need to bring that to Mike or myself or Darian so we can find out about it, do a little homework. We don't want to see legal postings on our Facebook. That's just to protect all of us so that we're not doing anything wrong. A new public-facing Facebook. So we know ours is private. That's just for all of us right here where we share everything. You can also share to KW Professionals public, and you will see the information in the private, what that new public Facebook page looks like and how to invite your friends. So everybody that you're friends with on Facebook, you should invite them And those rules and everything else are going to be placed into our Facebook page, our private one, so that you can go out and get people to like our public one. Think about that. We got 400 agents. If everybody went out there and invited their friends and we each got 25 or 50 people, we could immediately have 5,000, 6,000 people following our public Facebook page and seeing the latest and greatest listings coming out, knowing where the open houses are, all that good stuff. And so if you're confused about that, let us know, and we will help you with that. But this is new and improved, and everybody should be really, really excited about this. I know I am. I'll start updating you with emails that'll come out and let you know what's happening for the week. If there's anything special happening in the market center, you're going to find out about that also daily. So please, as a professional, I look at everything that comes out from KWP because I want to know what's happening in the market center. And you as a professional want to know also. And you're going to miss some good stuff if you're not on there. We'll also be implementing text messages for classes and stuff like that. So you will be getting, not only will it be on Facebook, it'll be in an email, and it'll be in a text message. So we got 3 ways to keep you current. Other than that, I will come over to your house and wake you up at 5 o'clock in the morning and recite the stuff to you. This is all to keep you up to date with what's happening so you don't miss anything. Again, get out there, check out the website. Your password is 431 when you log in. 431, that's our market center, right? 431, that's all you need. And then all new people need to get in there and do the 14 questions. And then Scott and his team will get you all up and running and do everything you need to do to get your command in place. What a great service. If you've got a list of people that you want to import into command from maybe your telephone or from another list that you have, maybe on a Google page, or if you have something in Excel and you don't know how to do that, Scott and his team is ready to help you. We know that if you can get 250 people into your command, you're going to see your business increase, right? And you have these people on neighborhood nurtures, and it's just incredible. So we're really going to challenge everybody to dive deep into this and get into command and grow your database, because where's most of the business coming from right now is through your database and your sphere of influence. And we want you to take advantage of all that. They just dropped a ton of new marketing templates and everything else. If you can't find something in here, you're just too picky. All right? I'm just going to put it out there, right? You're just too picky. So incredible stuff. And listen, the NAR statistics have showed this. Our clients don't care that it's all fancy schmancy and, 16,000 colors and laser beams and lightning bolts coming off the pages. You've heard me say that. They want it simple and easy to read, and just send something out to the world. If you're not sending anything out to the world, there's no way for referrals to come back to you. And they've made it very simple, very clean, very professional to do all of this and increase your hit rates. So challenges are always part of the business, all right? But how we respond to them defines our success. Taking responsibility for any errors that we make, fixing them. We're human. We're always going to make mistakes. Don't worry about it. What defines you, your professionalism, and your character is how you handle the bumps in the road and how you learn from them and how you move forward. All right? If you're watching, get in the car and get down here, because we're going to have barbecue and on the balcony. So we got that going on. We're getting everything ready right now. So as soon as the meeting is over with, we're going to head upstairs. We got some goodies. We got burgers. We got dogs. We got salads. We got potato chips. We got beer. We got pop. And we're going to have a good time. But you know what's most important that we've got? We've got all of you, and we've got our camaraderie, and we've got our family, and we got our culture. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to have some fun.